do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home, and I wonder what grade you would give your
A+.
economy. A+.
Yeah, A++++++.
Well, I do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home, and I wonder what.
Do you think there is an affordability problem?
Sorry?
You do believe there's an affordability problem?
I think the Biden administration created a terror.
No, but now, we're nearly 12 months in. You said the president would own the economy at this point.
I said.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
The word affordability is a Democrat scam.
They say the economy's booming, but your wallet says otherwise. Prices up, jobs gone, families struggling. While the rich celebrate, the people pay the price. Welcome to Pod Bites TV, where we expose the lies behind America's so-called A+ economy.
1.2 million jobs lost so far in 2025 alone. I'm going to tell you about the top 7 sectors that were hit. Tell me what surprises you and what are your thoughts on cutting this many jobs in these sectors. Hi, my name is Christina. I have a master's degree in business. The economy is in big trouble. According to Moody's top economists, 23 states are currently in a recession. 11 states are teetering on a recession. Unemployment is 6% in California, 5.3% in many other states. The average is 4.5%. What is very troubling, though, is that 1 out of 4 people have been unemployed for 20 or more weeks. That's 25.7% long-term unemployment. Losing jobs is not normally a presidential job. It is normally the president's job to stimulate the economy with economic policies. Follow for more.
We're still struggling, even when we have our money coming through. We had to suffer going almost a week with no food.
I mean, food prices are up, but I think gas is down, coming down. I think things are getting a lot better.
The economy's down the tubes. Healthcare is awful. Prescriptions are terrible. Groceries are off the charts. And I think the only way we're going to do better is if he gets out and somebody else gets in.
This isn't me trying to fearmonger, this is just me trying to prepare you. The US economy right now is like a Jenga tower with 18 fucking pieces missing. We are one piece pulled out away from everything just toppling down. AI was responsible for 40% of US GDP growth this past year and 80% of US stock growth. And the manufacturing industry has contracted for 7 consecutive months, while every other economic indicator is saying this is as bad as things have been since 2009. Now, when you have a sentence that says the economy is as bad as it's been since 2009, you are fucked. So again, this is not me fear-mongering, this is just me preparing you. Our economy is in a very bad place. If you have a job, hold on to it with everything you have.
There's a video asking, what are we doing with $120,000 living from paycheck to paycheck? It's called inflation. It's called waste, fraud, and abuse. If you're paying attention, a small example of that is the Somalis. They stole several $billions in a short period of time, and that is not a large community in this country as a whole. All of the waste, the fraud, the abuse that Elon Musk found, it raises billions and billions of dollars worth of questions. Mogadishu, Somalia, a bunch of foreign countries our money's going to for absolute nonsense and frivolous foolishness. Every time you turn around, they're raising the price of something and you can't figure out why. We have bloated government. A bunch of people working for our government that shouldn't even be there. The Department of Education is not teaching you nothing, but they're grabbing billions of dollars of your money at a time. And that's just a few examples. How come they're not putting the Pentagon in check? How come they're not doing these things? That's where inflation comes from. That's why politicians that can't build anything, don't know how to create anything, constantly tax you. And that is why we're at $120,000 a year and struggling. This country, as rich as it is, as much money is going around a place it shouldn't go, we shouldn't be struggling. Thank you, politicians. That's where you look. That's where you concentrate.
I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession is going to come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession is coming. And let's actually call it what it is, a depression. People can't afford groceries, they can't afford rent, they can't afford buying houses, they can't afford having babies, they can't afford having the kids in general if they already have them. We are not in a good spot, y'all. I know that I'm just a number in a company, but I thought I was okay. You're going to think that you're okay because you've worked there for so long or you have the right experience. Like, you guys, I have an undergraduate in marketing, a master's in business, 6 years of paid social media experience, both on a strategist and manager level. I have done people management for at least 3 years. I'm a senior level in my career. And yet, when I was hired to do a senior level role, I was forced into entry level positions. I was doing entry-level work as a senior-level strategist, all while at the same time being asked to reduce my workload with AI, and our team was having layoffs every 3 months. I should have seen it coming. I really should have. But the thing is that it was not something that I saw coming, because the day before that they laid me off, I was literally talking coverage plans with another employee who was going on leave for months. How am I supposed to sit there and not think that I'm safe in that moment?
There's a report that the EU could dump $2.34 trillion in U.S. debt if Trump leaves Ukraine. And it's got people saying now Europe's got America in a chokehold. They can stifle the U.S. economy. They can crumble America by just selling off this debt. What they refuse to understand is that Europe is so dependent on the United States and that Europe would crash its own economy by doing this, which means they wouldn't have any money to give Ukraine. It's stupid, this idea that Europeans now believe they hold power over the U.S. economy, whenever the U.S. economy is what keeps the European economy moving. There would be hundreds of billions of losses in the EU, and the British economy would falter by itself. It would collapse in days. So if the EU wants to do this and say we're going to tank the U.S. economy and tank our own economy, it'd be a global recession worse than 2008, like the Great Depression, all for Ukraine, I simply say just go ahead and do it. We'll just all go down together.
President Trump just announced he is bailing out Americans who are struggling with tariffs to the tune of about $12 billion. But that money is probably not going to you.
And we're going to be giving and providing it to the farmers in economic assistance. And we love our farmers. And the farmers like me, because based on voting trends, you could call it voting trends or anything else, but this relief will provide much needed certainty to farmers as they get this year's harvest to market and look ahead to next year's crops.
President Trump and his administration announced he wants to give a one-time payment through the Department of Agriculture's Bridge Assistance Program to struggling farmers dealing with his tariffs and the trade war and inflation and the cost of living, which, of course, we're all struggling with. The Trump plan is to first distribute $11 billion by the end of February 2026 to farmers who produce what are known as row crops, things like corn and cotton and soybeans and rice. The other $1 billion is being withheld to distribute at a later time to other farmers who grow specialty crops.
We're going to have to destroy health insurance. In fact, this whole situation is unaffordable. It's unlivable. This is why so many people are fanatically radicalized to the far left or far right. All the terrible social conditions in the West, combined with the worst economic situations ever. We've seen a 15% rise in total compensation compared to a 300% rise in productivity. And you have a comparative buying power if you're earning $100,000 today as a person making $48,000 in the year 2000. You have to expect to pay $5,000 a month if you have a family. Now, if you're some bachelor splitting a house with 4 dudes and you're paying $500 a month in rent or some shit, good for you, dude. This doesn't apply to you. I'm talking to people who are buying a house, who are paying for their own health insurance because they're above 25 or something. I luckily, have had to experience all of this. I luckily get to experience all of the wonders of life. So if this doesn't apply to you, good for you. But if you are paying for rent somewhere that is worth living, you're probably paying in a house, renting a house, you're probably paying $2,000. If it's in a neighborhood that's worth living in, where your car's not gonna get broken into, you're not getting fucking robbed, your kid isn't getting beat up in the fucking park, you can actually walk around the neighborhood, your kid can go to school there, $2,000 minimum, if not $3,000. You're also paying utilities. Okay, plus on top of your health insurance, it's going to be fucking dental insurance, and you have to pay your renter's insurance and your auto insurance. So you're paying another fucking $400 on top of that, like that shit right there. Your utilities are $500 or something, probably. You know, I don't know what your gas and electric is wherever you live, but it's like, you know, water, wastewater, gas, electric, heating, cooling, fucking trash, Wi-Fi, your phone bill, and then you have to add in your gasoline expenditure and your grocery bill. So if you want to pay for your own fucking health insurance, and you have to, which is like $800 a month, by the way, my wife wanted to stop working 1 shift a week to have a little bit more time with the kid. 1 shift a week, lose access to health insurance, start paying $800 a month for her and the baby. Basically, we could have her stop working entirely. It would just fucking suck, but you're gonna tell me we have to pay $800 a month out of pocket for this fucking health insurance? This is absurd.
How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
We're not. Truth of the matter, most of us are living paycheck to paycheck with credit card debt. I know people who are legitimately putting gas and groceries on credit cards just so that they can get back and forth to work. I believe that this is what most people are now calling the silent depression. $100 has become the new $20, and it's ridiculous, but the best thing about it is that people have shifted their core values. Look at this app alone and all the videos of all the retailers on Black Friday that nobody was there. They just don't care anymore. People are realizing that if it doesn't bring value into my life, then I don't need it. And while I don't get political on this app, you're having people on both sides of the aisles going, yeah, this kind of sucks. Right wing, left wing, it doesn't matter. It's the same bird. And now so many Americans are going, I don't care. I think it's woken a lot of people up to the idea of why are we funding things that we don't care about when all of us right here are struggling. It's changed people's attitude in the workforce to where a job is just a job. You used to be very loyal to a job, but they've seen that there's no employee loyalty because there's no employer loyalty. People aren't putting up with toxic bosses anymore. You're either going to treat me right or I'm going to leave, because there's tons of companies that are hiring because nobody can find help.
Okay, so the chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, just said that it is very likely that Donald Trump is lying about the job numbers. It's the government's job to periodically report how many jobs are circulating in the U.S. so that, number one, U.S. workers know what the job market looks like if they're trying to find one, and also so companies know so they can hire or fire effectively. But Donald Trump and his administration has been doing a lot to agitate the job market, specifically with the tariffs across the entire world, on top of other things like causing the government shutdown, which obviously led to a lot of people losing their jobs or trying to find new ones. On top of Donald Trump himself firing a lot of federal workers because they aren't loyal to him, like he's trying to cut the entire Department of Education. That's thousands of people that would lose their jobs just right there. So Donald Trump is taking the strategy of just firing the people that are reporting the accurate number and replacing those people with stooges that he himself personally selected. And
we have some pretty horrible economic news. United States layoffs are now surging to their highest point since the pandemic. More than 1 million layoffs have happened in 2025, and that number is only set to grow. These numbers could exceed what we saw during the Great Recession, exceed what we saw in 2020. I mean, just horrible economic numbers right now. So in November, there were about 71,000 layoffs in the United States of America. That's only the third time since the Great Recession, according to News Nation, that layoffs have topped 70,000 in the month of November. In total, more than 1.1 million jobs have been cut this year. And that number is set to grow because we still have several weeks left this year. What we're seeing right now as we head into the end of the year is an economy that really is in decline. Although the stock market is performing relatively well, everyday Americans aren't necessarily feeling it as you have a very, very weak job market. I'll continue to provide you updates as we get more information, so spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about. I'll have much more to come soon.
Is everybody broke right now? Like everybody? Are we all in tight spots right now? Like, and when I say broke, I don't mean like dead ass broke. I mean like you paying your bills, you good, you okay there, but like you one unexpected bill away from blowing a head gasket. I'm tired. Why am I working so hard and seeing so little? And look, that's not me being ungrateful, because I want to take the time to say I'm absolutely grateful for everything that I have. I have a home, I have a car, I have healthy children, I'm healthy myself, husband's healthy, I have a lot to be grateful for. But what the hell is going on? Can anybody plug me in on what's going on in society, in economy right now? Like, why is it so hard right now? How come every time I get my check, the shit is gone? I'm tired. And TikTok, I don't know what you're doing with my account. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But count your days, because I'm trying my best in every way possible. I'm showing up as the best version of myself. And right now, it's not the best version of myself, but relax, be cool. Y'all see me on here. Y'all know how it can get. I can get cute real quick. Leave me alone. I felt it necessary to come on here and ask, am I the only one struggling? Like that. When I tell you, I'm thinking of 99 ways on a daily basis on how I'm going to get rich. This is crazy. And then I see folks out here on yachts and taking trips and doing this and doing that and doing that. I want to take a trip. Can I take a trip or two? I need about 3 trips. I think I'm overdue for about 3 trips. I'm tired. We got Christmas coming up. Kids want to celebrate Halloween. Need a costume for that. And why the hell are the costumes so damn high? Can anybody tell me that? Why are costumes $80 for a damn top or bottom that's damn near a material that'll rip up in a minute, and a damn wig? Why is it $80? I'm tired. Y'all are making everything high but the pay. Somebody come get me, because somebody come get me. Woo. Lord, somebody come get me. You hear me? Because I'm tired. I'm check it out, okay? Love y'all. Bye.